Welcome, I'm your host Adam Greco, and today we're going to do a very interesting video that has nothing to do with anything other than Star Wars, because Star Wars is exactly what everyone's talking about right now. And the trailer for The Last Jedi was released, and everyone went absolutely bananas on YouTube. So I got a lot of love. And you know what? I know everyone gets like a couple of 100,000, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? For me, my personal goal, I really wouldn't mind at least a few people over 1,000 watching my videos. I'd be content with that. I have no huge major goals. I'm not trying to make some like wild YouTube money. I'm just trying to share the knowledge of what I know and express it with either the people who already know it and want to hear it from someone else and appreciate it, and people who don't know any of this kind of information and want to learn about it. A lot of people responded to the video that I made of the trailer reaction. And in doing so, I am going to react to you guys. With that being said, I'm going to go down the list of all the comments in that video. Starting with, Matthew Roy said, there's a theory that Luke knows so much about the Force that he steps, I guess, into the dark and the light. There may be also different uses of the Force in this movie. Luke has potentially unlocked another level of the Force that no one has ever seen before. Kind of like the Bendu, I guess. You know, or if you're trying to make reference to maybe Ahsoka Tano, who was also a great Jedi, as well as Qui-Gon Jinn, if that's what you're referring to, then yeah, I would see that that would be a really cool way to approach Star Wars in a different way, but still keeping it relevant to stuff that fans already know about. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially the Bendu. Not saying that Luke Skywalker is going to turn into a Bendu, just throwing words out there. Okay, well apparently Matthew Royce had a lot to say, and he said, there's a voiceover of Leia's, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, your only hope." I have nothing to say to that, only other than maybe Obi-Wan Kenobi is somehow in this movie. Like a Force ghost, maybe? I don't know. Thomas A. Morgenthaler said 3 things. 1, why did Rey's fingers look so spread apart from the very beginning? Legit look broken. Hashtag up hands. Okay, you know what? I read this comment and I thought it was ridiculous, but then I actually looked back and yeah, her finger looks really busted. 2, I think Luke ends the Jedi, but makes a new order to replace them. Maybe a more secretive group? I don't think Luke ends the Jedi, and I'll explain why, because there's another comment on here that clearly states something interesting, and I'll respond to that later. And 3, was that me texting you when you're making the video? No. No, it wasn't. Sorry. Good friend Starraptor commented, he said, ah ha 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 ha, the first shot got me jumpy as well. Tarkin is Snoke, LMAO. I also theorized Rey going dark in this. There are a few shots of her in the teaser that definitely look ominous for her. Nice reaction, man. Thank you, Starraptor. I appreciate your kudos. Yeah, no, I'm really staying true to what I believe in when I say that I personally believe that Rey is going to be bad to the bone. Thank you for the kudos, by the way. I really appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you, Starraptor. Sergio Hernandez said, first of all, headphone game strong. Thank you, 90s. But in all honesty, the trailer was great. Why? Because it's making you have a million questions. I didn't become a fan of Star Wars till The Force Awakens. Saw Rogue One and definitely watching this one. Well, that's the majority of the people who are new to Star Wars are jumping on the bandwagon now that The Force Awakens and Rogue One are out. And that's great. And I really don't mind. I think it's great that we have more Star Wars fans. And I get to answer really easy questions for people who aren't well versed in Star Wars. And if I can't answer them, then Starraptor can. Because that's just how life goes. But no, you're absolutely right. This is the honest best time to be a Star Wars fan. It's primo. So, Sergio, good time to be a Star Wars fan. I'm going to disagree with you on what you thought of the trailer, only because it was a good trailer, but I felt like it was fluff. Annie T1313 said, nice vid, amazing guns, by the way, buddy. Thanks, man. TYTV said, I just don't care about these movies anymore. The books are so much better. Like I said, talk to Starraptor. He reads, I don't. I like movies. And I also like the animated series, not so much Rebels. Video games? Waiting for story mode. Come on. Oh, and 1313. What happened to that? Sean Johnstone said, Kylo Ren is a bitch. How can anyone over 10 watch him again? You're absolutely right, he is. But the thing is, as much as I agree with you, because I completely do, I agree with you 110%, but the only thing is, his character arc is, I feel like, is not even done. It's not one of those character arcs where it's the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, and there's your character arc. It's 3 movies of development. So I feel like by the time the 3rd movie is going to roll around, he is going to be what you had hoped he was. So we're kind of starting off in the prepubescent stages. If you look back at the old movies and you see Luke Skywalker, he's a little whiny, but then if you look at the Return of the Jedi, he's all badass. So I'm giving it time. I don't know. I completely agree with you though. It's not my cup of tea so far. He's just throwing tantrums. But I'm gonna wait, and in a few years from now, I'll comment back and I'll say, no, dude, you were right. He's a bitch. BK Vid said, oh my god, Rey isn't gonna be bad. Luke is just saying that because the Jedi is one of the biggest problems of the Sith, getting more power. So Luke is teaching Rey a new kind of Force, and Luke is the last Jedi. Interesting. Jedi is a singular and also a plural word. So is he talking about one Jedi? Who knows? Is he talking about more than one Jedi? Who knows? The thing is, who knows? And as far as we know, Rey might not be bad. I don't know. I personally think that there's a lightsaber in that staff that she's holding. Or at least a kyber crystal or something. I don't know. And you know what? That leads me directly into my last comment that I want to go over. And it is. Gary Hull said, I think with the last line, it's time for the Jedi to end. I think that line was cut. I think there was more to it. For example, it's time for the Jedi to end the First Order. Or to end this once for all. Or something like that. I'm going to agree with that because what's more effective than trolling your own audience? When The Force Awakens came out, there was nothing we could base anything off of. Now we already have The Force Awakens, and now we have The Last Jedi, so now we can kind of theorize and try to figure things out. Now, what way to really mess with fans' heads but troll them and kind of throw them off and lead them into a different direction? And then when you see the movie, it's completely different. So I'm going to agree with you, Gary. I do think they're trolling. And this is the main reason why I say leave some nitty-gritty in the comments section below. Because if you like these videos, you should click right here to like, and you should click right here to subscribe, because it does help me out a lot. And I'll be giving away some stuff that's worth a few $100s. For all your current movie news and reviews, keep it right here at NerdBits.